Hi, thanks for coming to Dee's World. So today, you guys, I am talking to you guys about if you are a stay-at-home mom, or if you're just a mom that is looking for something, looking for a job to build, looking for a job that will eventually build into a business. This is the video for you, okay? I'm going to give you 5 different jobs that you can do as a stay-at-home mom, but it will eventually build into a big you can build it into a big business. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so number one would have to be an in-home daycare. Now, in-home daycares are so, you have to be a kid-friendly person, but of course you're kid-friendly. You got kids, right? But sometimes, even though you may have kids, you might not like taking care of other people's kids. But if you are that kid person that has always dreamed about being a teacher, or just have always dreamed about mentoring kids, or just wanting to have a career with children, in-home daycare is perfect for you. Okay, in-home daycare, you can make up to 30,000 in the beginning. Okay, in the very beginning, you can start out as $30,000. Now, depending on the state that you're in, you have to go in and see all the qualifications you need and so forth. Sometimes they make you take a couple of classes, like to get your certificate and things like that. I know, of course, you have to be CPR certified. So make sure you get all of that grand stuff that you need, and then, you can start your in-home daycare. Now, of course, you have to make sure that you're, going with CDC protocol as well, because we're in a pandemic. So to make sure you are, making sure the kids and your kids and you and everyone staying safe. Now, why I chose daycare is because, of course, with the in-home daycare, you can start out as 30,000. Most states only allow 6 kids in the home at a time. However, if you love having a daycare, you can eventually, save your money and move into a building, and build your way up to an even bigger daycare and make even more money. Okay. So I know that in-home daycare, you can start out as a small little in-home daycare, but eventually build your way up. So that is number one. All right, number two. All right, so number two will have to be a online tutorer. Now, you can find online tutor jobs on Google. Just you can look on Indeed and different job sites that are hiring for online tutors. Now, with the online tutor, you're working for someone else, okay? And you're working for another company, right? So you're going to start off kind of small. I think some places do allow you to charge how much you want per hour or whatnot, but I think some of them have a cap, I think, of how much you can charge. So, just depending on who you're working with or whatnot, will determine how much you make. But if you continue to do the online tutoring, you can eventually, start your own business with tutoring, get your own website, make your own hours, and then you could hire people to come tutor for your company. Okay, and then it will grow bigger. So you can say, hey, I'm working for this tutoring company now, but later on, you can start small, working on your website, your business cards, and everything, and you can grow from being someone else's online tutor to now having your own full-on company, and you're hiring tutors to work for you. Okay, so that is number two. All right, number three will be a reseller. Okay, if you haven't heard about a reseller or the reseller business, please go do your research. And better yet, I have done the research for you. So click in the description box below after this video is over and check out a video on how to be a reseller, okay? And how it starts and how you can grow bigger and bigger and bigger. So basically, a reseller, it takes an item for you can have the item in your home that's for free, and you can flip it and make double the amount that you've pay for it. And you could turn that into a whole business. People resell on Facebook Marketplace, people resell on Poshmark, eBay, and more. And as moms, we have so much stuff that we need to get rid of. Think about baby clothes that you need to get rid of that has been in the drawers for forever. Kids grow so fast. You have baby clothes, so don't throw those baby clothes away. Don't throw those baby shoes and toddler shoes and clothes away. Your teenager stuff, don't throw it away. Resell. You can resell these items and they will sell. Okay. You could put them up on, again, Facebook Marketplace. You could put them up on Poshmark, eBay, Macari, so many different sites that you can put this stuff up on and make a profit. Okay. And eventually grow. So it'll start off small, but it eventually grow big. I've seen some people make like six figures in the reselling business, and it can get to millions, if you continue to, stay consistent and focus, and it can grow really, really big. All right, so number four will have to be um, after school care. So after school care, it's a little different from in-home daycare. Now with after school care, if you only have two kids, you don't have to do any certifications or, anything like that with the in-home daycare. With after school care, you can make pretty good money with this, and you can build your way up as you do it. So say for instance, you have two kids, and depending on the parents and their income and what they can afford, you might have a parent to pay you maybe $200 for a week for one child to pick them up from school every day after school and feed them and help them with their homework and all that grand stuff until they get off of work. So it's almost like a part-time nanny almost, because they're picking them up from school, they're bringing them home, they're feeding them, sometimes dinner depending on what time the parents get off of work. So you can charge based upon that, based upon the hours. And if you have two kids, you could possibly bring in a good $400 a week or more, and that's a great start for something, just for picking two kids up from school and feeding them or whatnot. Now I'm just saying 200. Depending on the parent, they could possibly pay you more. They can say, hey, I don't get off of work to nighttime. I really need them to kind of like eat dinner there and sit a little longer, and maybe possibly go to sleep so I get off of work. And, so it depends on the parent, depends on the income, depends on what you want to charge, because you can charge and set your own prices, and then you can go from there. So you can build your way up. Maybe later you could start your transportation company where you can pick up kids that need to get transported to further out places after school. Because I remember, my mom, she had a transportation company, but my mom didn't want me to be at home by myself. So a lot of times after school, I went to my grandmother's house. So a lot of these kids are being picked up from school, but can't be picked up from school by the parent. But then at the same time, they want to ride the bus. But then if they get home, no one's home. So a good business would be to take the after school care as you get bigger, have a get you a van or bus or something, and develop a transportation company to where you could pick them up and take them to the destinations, maybe to an aunt house, a grandparent's house or whatnot, and you get paid for it. Okay, so that's something to think about. And you can take them back and forth to where they need to go. And again, I went over to my grandparents' house, and but they didn't stay in the same area I stayed in. So it that will really help a lot of parents out. So you can build your business, from there. You can again start out doing just the you could just start out doing the after school care, and it can grow into that. All right. Again, with the after school care, you can make, like, depending on the parent, you can make up to, I mean, you can make up to like $600-700 a week, depending on how much that parent wants to pay, how much they can afford. Once you turn into a full-on transportation company, if that's something you're interested in, that can get up into the millions. Okay, depending on how many kids you're picking up, how many schools, you could possibly get some contracts with some schools or something. So think big, moms. Okay, so think big. Okay, so virtual assistants. It's a lot of people out there that are looking for assistants, like people to assist them with their Facebook page, people to assist them with their businesses, to assist, need someone to help them with their marketing and Facebook pages and things of that, things of that nature. And you don't always have to have a degree. Sometimes they look for degrees and sometimes they don't. But it's a job that where you don't have to do a lot of communication because, of course, we have the kids running around. You don't have to do a lot of that, and so, but at the same time, you can make really good money from this, and so what you can possibly do, say for instance, you start out making, all right, so a virtual assistant can make from $7 per hour all the way up to $63 per hour. So depending on the company, depending on you know the actual company determines how much you will make per hour. Now, moms, how you can build from this is that you can actually get your own virtual assistant company started yourself, and you recruit different virtual assistants and you send them out to different companies. Okay, so that is another way you can build from being a virtual assistant. All right, so that was number 5. All right, guys, thanks for coming to Dee's World. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit like and share the video. Leave me comments to let me know how you like the video. And also, too, I have left some links in the description box below. So if you would like to apply for any of these jobs that I've just talked about on this video, go right ahead and do so, okay? And I will see you for another video. Bye. Mwah.